All right. Hello and welcome to the 2022 Taurus annual forecast. Thank you so much for your patience. If you have been waiting for this reading, I know that it's taken me a couple of days to get them all done. Had to take a little break on Sunday to replenish my energy. So here we are. We're going to see what 2022 has in store for you. Make sure that you check out all three of your the readings that make up your big three. So your sun, moon, rising. If love is an area of interest, check out where your Venus sits as well. So let's get an overall theme. What does Taurus need to know for 2022? What is the general theme for your year? Okay. Let's see. Dance, do something. I know the glare is awful. Do something to shift your vibration. So what I see happening for you in 2022 is that you're constantly going to be needing to move energy through your body. And sometimes we hear that and we might think, oh my God, dense energy moving through my body all year long. What you're doing is actually what I am feeling within myself is that you are stumbling into and finding practices that help you naturally and enjoyably clear energy from your system. You're an empath. You know this, right? You're like, Kara, tell me something I don't know. But what you're going to really be doing is finding a routine in which that energy that you are receiving and absorbing when you're out and about is just naturally shifted through, off, and out of your being so that what you're left with is yours. Now, I always say, what is yours though. Sometimes I find that empaths are like, oh, I just pick up energy from everybody and everyone around me, and not acknowledge what is their shit. Okay, so just a little note, a little word to the wise, show up to what is yours. But I see this process happening very naturally, very fluidly. It might be that maybe you start off the year with an intention to get back to the gym or to start doing yoga or to try a new form of body work, whatever it is. But what I'm feeling is that it's good for you and you acknowledge that. And so you show up to it consistently. And that is just so delightful for you, Taurus. Okay. So yeah. The other thing that Spirit just suggested is to find ways to purge the things in your life. This can be taking a look at your home and really like doing a deep clean of the closet. It could be taking a look at your social media and really getting very conscious and specific about what it is you're having on your feed, making sure that it's of a high vibration. Might be taking a look at your social circle or the way in which you spend times. But it's like, take a look at how you're spending your energy or how you're sharing your energy, and make sure that it feels good. Make sure that it serves you. What I'm picking up, I just took a look down. So the guide energy that's coming through is Mother Earth, is Gaia, and it is about getting grounded. It is about coming into union with the planet, and really anchoring and not trying to escape, not running away. But what I'm feeling for you, being that you're Taurus and you are such a strong earth energy, is that there is this return to self happening for you in 2022. You are getting very connected within. You are getting very focused on your inner being, how you're feeling, what you're putting into it. This is a theme for you. All right. We're 2 cards in and we're hearing it again, but you're getting very focused on yourself and no longer moving into the, we'll say, lower expression of your sign, which is a bit of stubbornness and not wanting to own up to what is yours, and no longer kind of putting things off, but really showing up, doing the healing that is essential and claiming it, saying like, I notice that I have this pattern and I claim it. I claim this pattern and I'm going to do what I need to do in order to make it healthier. Or maybe it's a positive pattern, right? Like it doesn't have to be a negative one. It could be something that you're doing that works really well for you, like this energy moving. And you're going to claim it and you're going to deal with it and you're going to show up to it and you are going to align higher as a result. So that's really amazing energy. But make sure that you are giving yourself ample opportunity to get outside or to bring in the outdoors indoors. So that might look like getting some plants. It might look like opening the windows occasionally. But you're really wanting to get into contact, into union with the earth element. I love when this happens. It leaves me speechless, and I hope that I never lose that kind of being tickled by the divine's humor. So here we have Earth Spirit, which is all about stability. And I think you're getting more anchored in yourself, in your, and they just said that your messages are going to be quite succinct. But you're getting very centered in yourself. And what that's going to offer you is Daffodil Fairy, which is a new beginning, a fresh start, kind of a fresh page in a journal or a new journal altogether, where life is going to be what you make it in 2022. And that's a positive. You've learned a lot. We have Air Spirit, which is knowledge. You've learned a lot. And I almost feel like with this strong and earth energy, you're taking what you've learned and you're grounding it. So I think perhaps the owning of what is your wounding or your stuff has already happened. You have that level of awareness for some, maybe not all, and you're ready to march into 2022. And I'm hearing the word march, and I'm also hearing like people like march into 2022, ready for this new beginning, ready to be in this alignment with yourself, ready to maybe, 2021 was the year I dated myself, and it was a lot of fun. And so maybe something like that is happening for you in 2022, where you're showing up and you're getting very much connected within. You're less focused, less worried, less concerned about what's going on in the world around you, and less going on with the people around you, and more committed to you and to where you want to go. You're no longer letting other people's dreams or other people's visions for you get in the way of your vision. You're no longer crowdsourcing. You're no longer asking for permission. You're no longer seeking, like they're saying, like seeking a consensus. You're going to do things your way. And what's so beautiful is that you've learned a lot about yourself. You've learned about what you want. And I'm hearing like, and you're claiming it. All right. So claiming it might be a phrase that you are using, because I use it sporadically, but it's coming through quite strong. So let's get some action steps for you, Taurus. I just love that there's so much earth energy here. We have earth connection and then earth spirit. And you are just very earthy, Taurus. Thank you. They're saying 2 more. So it's like that return to who you are on a soul level. Lovely. I like it when that happens. Okay. There. Okay. So first up, we have the 3 of Swords, which is a heartbreak, but it's also your thoughts, your what I'm hearing is like your masculine energy getting in the way of you being able to create from the heart, of you being heart-centered, of you being able to move forward in life and be present with that, because this is like a January, February energy is what I'm hearing. So you might find that constantly, like maybe you're naturally in your masculine and it keeps getting in the way of you being able to create from a space of the heart, of the soul. Sometimes you're creating, so it's like a shift into being intentional with, I'm sitting down and I'm going to create, and not really focused on the outcome. So being more present in the process than in what's going to happen at the end. Because the power for you, what really like elevates the vibration of whatever it is you're working on or whatever it is you're creating, is the love that you are pouring into it as you're creating it. And so if you focus on, I'm just going to show up and create for the love of creating, or I'm going to show up and do this because it feels right to me, and not worry, don't even think about what's going to happen after. it's like there's just a higher vibration in the end result, in the end product. And so it's better received. It's abundantly received. And you receive, I know I use the word receive a lot there, but it's like people receive the work, the creation, the craft, whatever it is, so much better as a result of how you show up throughout the entire process of creating it. And then you are given from that. You experience some kind of abundance. It may be financial, it may be something else, but you experience abundance as a result. For some, it might just be recognition. Recognition is very important in this pile. Like you want to be, or not this pile, but in this reading, I'm really feeling like you want to be recognized. You want people to notice you. And that might trigger some of you. It might bring up some stuff, and sit with that, because it's interesting. It's not necessarily present in the cards, but it's present in the energy that's surrounding this reading. Okay. And then we have the Magician. You are a magic maker. You are a master manifester. And Spirit is saying that as you get more immersed and enthralled with the process of creating, that's when you start to do the manifesting. That's when the end result naturally gives back. All right, so make sure that something to stay present with in 2022 is how you're creating. The energy in which you are showing up to the creative process with is very important. If you're creating because you have to, or just for the sake of it, or because your next paycheck depends on it, or whatever it is, it's what they're saying is it like taints the creation. It like lowers its vibration, and you are being guided to throw yourself into the process of creating and forget about what's going to happen after. And I know I've said that a couple of times, but that's the message for you. Okay. And then we have the the 8 of Swords, which is that self-made prison that I frequently speak about, but this is isolation. This is very hermity energy. And so I do feel like maybe you're going into a time of hibernation, or you are in winter, which beautiful things can happen in winter. And honestly, winter is the season governed by the earth element. Okay. But this is a year where you're going to be called to explore limiting beliefs, things that keep you exactly where you are. If things aren't moving, or if you feel like things aren't moving in the direction that you want to manifest them in, there's like an internal blockage happening. And I know you, Taurus, you're going to show up to that process, and you're going to like open yourself up and really take an honest look. Right? We talked about this, like claiming what is yours to work on and to heal. I see you doing that in 2022. And as a result of being willing, it's easier. And it all leads, here's the kicker, and this, like, let this be a motivator, or, let this be a motivator of why you're going to do that inner work, is the Ace of Discs, which is wealth and abundance, and the start of something. It's a grounded energy. Grounded, earth, right? Do you get that message yet? But the Ace of Discs is really the start of something wonderful. It's the start of you receiving exactly what you've asked for, but it's going to take you showing up to your creative process a little differently than you have in the past, and really exploring some of those beliefs that have kept you caged. Ooh, that was a big message. Where am I being called? Okay, let's go to Whispers of Love. Let's talk about the creative process, some suggestions that Spirit has for you to how you can show up to the creative process with a little bit more love. Okay, thank you. Nope, okay. They said leave it. They said there was another card, but they said leave it. So maybe later. Simple acts of kindness. This is how you can show up to the creative process. So I'm picking up a couple of different things. One, let the creative process be really sacred for you. So create a ritual. Maybe you are a content creator or a writer or a designer or whatever it is, but you're going to really set the tone, set the stage, make it sacred, make your creation a part of your spiritual practice, as opposed to kind of doing your spiritual practice It's like lighting a candle for your spiritual practice, blowing it out, and then showing up to creation. They're like, actually, let it be fluid. Let it flow right on into this creation. It's going to be so lovely. And it doesn't have to be extensive, right? This ritual doesn't have to be like shaken salt all over, like creating the circle of salt, unless that's your thing. It doesn't have to be like calling in all the elements. It doesn't have to be anything. It can be as simple as a single candle, or my favorite, pouring a cup of tea. It doesn't have to be complex, but it just sets this beautiful tone for you when you're creating. And it's just so beautiful. Animals are going to be a big thing for you as well. There's a lot of animals on this card. My ears are ringing. There's fox, squirrel, hedgehog. I think they're badgers, deer. I think that's a cat. There's butterflies. There's lots of butterflies. There's lots of birds. There's mice. There's bunnies. Lots of animals for you, but you might be inspired to create with animal guides, or maybe get a little bit more, connect more with animal guides or animal energy, or get an animal, get a pet. Okay. So let's keep moving. Let's get concluding energy, because they're saying there's not much. You're really going to get a lot from your other two as well. So like I said, check out your big 3, sun, moon, and rising, Taurus, and that's going to help shape your annual reading for you. So just one concluding energy. You can't make it up. You cannot make this up. Healing earth. The power to give and receive healing. And Spirit is saying, like we said, like this is going to be a very succinct reading, very specific message for you. With this creation, you get a lot out of creating, just you yourself. It feels good for you. You get a lot, but you also give a lot. But it is very important for you to take a look at that process. It's just the same message. It's very important for you to take a look at that process in 2022. And as you do, abundance will meet you. That wealth is sitting there waiting to come in for you and to be with you in 2022. Okay. All right, Taurus, that is what I have for you. This has been a really great reading. I've had a lot of fun doing it. I just love when Spirit plays with us and all that earth energy. Let me know how it resonates. Give the video a like if it resonated, or drop a comment. I love to hear from you, and check out the links in the video description if you are called to explore my work and connect with me more. All right. I love you. Have a beautiful 22, and we will chat soon. Bye.